Once upon a time, in a meadow bursting with wildflowers and sunshine, rabbits were known for their quiet, calm, and low-key lifestyle. Back then, rabbits had only one or two kids in their entire lifetime, and they were perfectly content hopping around, nibbling grass, and avoiding trouble. But all that changed one fateful spring, when the great Bunny Council made a decision that would alter rabbit history forever. The leader of the rabbit world, Sir Thumper McHopperson, called an urgent meeting. Rabbits from every corner of the meadow gathered under the giant oak tree, their ears twitching nervously. Sir Thumper cleared his throat, his whiskers quivering. "Fellow rabbits," he began, "we have a problem. A big problem." The crowd gasped. "It's Bobcat Fred," Sir Thumper declared. "He's eating too many of us. At this rate, there won't be a single rabbit left in the meadow by summer." The rabbits trembled, their tails twitching in fear. Bobcat Fred was the sneakiest, fastest predator in the land. He'd perfected the art of snacking on rabbits, leaving the poor bunny population dwindling. "What do we do?" squeaked Daisy, a young rabbit with wide eyes. "We're not exactly good at fighting back." "You're right," Sir Thumper said, nodding solemnly. "We're fast, but not fast enough, and we're clever, but not clever enough. So, my dear rabbits, the solution is clear. We need to have more kids." The rabbits were shocked. "More kids?" shouted Harold, an old grumpy rabbit. "Do you know how much energy it takes to raise one rabbit, let alone a whole litter?" Sir Thumper smirked. "That's why we're having a contest. Whoever can have the most kids by next spring will win the Golden Carrot Award, an unlimited lifetime supply of the finest, crunchiest carrots in the land." The meadow erupted in excited chatter. Rabbits, who had never dreamed of parenting more than a couple of bunnies, were suddenly making plans. Harold rolled his eyes but muttered, "Well, I wouldn't mind a golden carrot." From that day on, the meadow turned into a madhouse of rabbit parenting. Daisy built a cozy burrow and had her first litter of 6 bunnies, who were hopping around within days. Harold, despite his grumbles, found himself with a dozen tiny offspring chewing on his ears. Then there was Bella, a particularly ambitious rabbit, who decided to go all out. She had 35 bunnies in one season, setting the meadow record. Bella was constantly chasing after tiny fluffballs, shouting things like, "No, Thumper Jr., don't eat that mushroom," and "Yes, Lily, I'm sure you're my favorite, but please stop climbing on my head." Meanwhile, Bobcat Fred was thrilled at first. "This is amazing," he purred. "There are so many rabbits now. I'll never go hungry again." But Fred quickly realized there was a downside. With so many rabbits hopping in every direction, it became impossible to catch even one. They were everywhere, bouncing through the meadow, hiding in burrows, and even outsmarting him with their sheer numbers. "Ugh!" Fred groaned after a particularly chaotic chase. "I'm surrounded by rabbits, and I can't catch a single one. This is a nightmare." By the end of the year, the rabbit population had exploded. The meadow was buzzing with baby bunnies, hopping, squeaking, and nibbling on everything in sight. Sir Thumper stood proudly under the oak tree, holding the Golden Carrot Award. "Congratulations, my fellow rabbits," he announced. "We have officially outsmarted Bobcat Fred. He's moved to another meadow, where he doesn't have to deal with us." The rabbits cheered, their fluffy tails wiggling in celebration. "And," Sir Thumper added with a grin, "it seems having so many kids isn't just practical. It's fun." From that day forward, rabbits continued having large families, not just because of Bobcat Fred, but because they realized the joy of raising a bustling, bouncy bunch of bunnies. It became a tradition, passed down through generations. The more, the merrier. So the next time you see a rabbit family with more kids than you can count, just remember, somewhere in bunny history, they owe it all to Sir Thumper, the golden carrot, and one very frustrated bobcat.